You should be aware of where you are getting your information about selling on Amazon, because there's a huge potential financial gain that you can get from actually creating content around this subject and around any subject, to be honest. So in today's video, I wanted to talk a little bit about that, share my experience, and give you some tools that you can use to actually get an idea of who you should listen to. Before we actually start, I am now offering one-on-one coaching. So if you need help scaling your Amazon business, you're just a beginner, you're trying to scale, or actually, kickstart your business, or if you're a little bit more advanced and you are trying to scale, link in the description, book a call with me. Also, we have a Discord server, best place to network with other people, because this is one of the things that is going to get you ahead in this business. Join the Discord server, link in the description. So, as I said, you should really be aware of who you are listening to, because there's a huge potential financial gain that you can make from, just building a brand around selling on Amazon. And I realized that because, as I said, I am now offering one-on-one coaching. And I could, to be honest, to be super honest, I could potentially live decently well just by doing one-on-one coaching and stopping selling on Amazon if I really wanted to go all the way with this. And so it really made me realize that, you should really stop listening to just anybody about selling on Amazon and stuff, because this is actually what a lot of people do. They just start creating content and just selling courses, selling stuff like that, and they are not even selling on Amazon anymore. And so just having a brand, even if you do not know shit, just having a brand is enough for you to actually make a decent income. Because just look at me, as I said, I have a small audience. There's people with audience 50 times bigger than mine, 500 times bigger than mine about Amazon, that still make content about stuff that they do not know about business model that they have never done actually. So I'm going to expand a little bit on that, but I want to talk about, I don't know if you've ever seen this meme with Kanye West, who says, he's talking about celebrities and stuff like that, and he says, there are celebrities, there's product, and if as a celebrity you can communicate this product, you can make a ton of money. And he took the example of Lady Gaga, and he said something in the lines of, Lady Gaga is like the creative director of Polaroid, the camera brand, right? And he said, I love Lady Gaga music, I like it, but what the fuck does she knows about camera? And this is the truth. And she is able to be the creative director of Polaroid just because it's going to boost the sale. And this tells you a lot about the state of which era we are in. Moreover, right now, you do not even need a product, because the information that you share, even if it's for free, right there on YouTube, is already the product, because you can monetize this information just by creating YouTube videos and making views, getting paid by AdSense and stuff, which, when you have a huge audience, can bring a ton of money. And here's the main source of income for some Amazon sellers, from some former Amazon sellers. So, the reason why I say that is because you see a lot of people talking about business model that they have never actually run successfully. For example, you see a lot of booksellers, a few booksellers, and I should not say a lot because I have a couple of people in mind, but for example, you see some booksellers, people that have been successful with books, talking about online arbitrage and actually teaching. This is the thing. You can talk about everything that you want. For example, I talk about wholesale because I'm slowly diving into wholesale, but I'm not trying to actively teach stuff about wholesale because I've never been hugely successful with wholesale. The position that I take is, here's what I do with wholesale, here's what I see worked, here's what I see did not work. But when it comes to online arbitrage, I was able to reach some level of success with online arbitrage, so I'm teaching what I know about online arbitrage. I do not know everything, and I always say I do not know everything, but the stuff that I teach is stuff that I apply myself. And you see a lot of people teaching stuff that they do not even do. You see a lot of people, and even people talking about online arbitrage that share websites, and I'm not going to say names, but that share websites, and even people in the comments say this website is trash. It's not worth it. The delivery time is super long, and talking about categories that they are not even selling, because if you look on their storefront, you can see exactly what they sell, and they've never sold. They are not selling at all products from that category on that website. And so I'm not going to say more because you're going to know who I'm talking about, and I've no shades, like I have no beef with them. But what I'm trying to say is this: you should not talk about and actually give information about stuff that you do not know about, because the truth is that the message, like the knowledge about some of this stuff is gonna get watered down. Like the truth is gonna get watered down, and this is why down the line you get more and more people that start the business model and that are not successful, because you get more people jumping into stuff, talking about stuff that they actually do not know about. People do this stuff and it's not working. Same thing, you get people, as I said, that were successful doing books, talking about private labeling, while they actually failed their private labeling business. And so it's crazy to me, because like, why are you trying to teach? It's okay to take the position of, okay, sharing what you did, what did not work, and what you could improve on. But the minute you start teaching about that stuff while you actually failed yourself, it does not make sense, because you already have a bad understanding of the stuff because you failed and you were not able to do it successfully. So why are you trying to teach that stuff? Because all you are doing right now is just watering down the message, just watering down the truth that you need, the knowledge that you need, and just make it harder for new people to actually find the knowledge that you need to be successful doing that business model. Because people trust you because you have a big audience, and so you have the moral duty, when you have a big audience, to not talk about stuff you do not know shit about. For example, let's say I started talking about crypto money right now. I do not know shit about crypto. I know a little bit, but like, since I have a small audience, I could take, and I do not have a huge audience, but like, I could, because just having an audience gives you like some position of authority. And so jumping on this just because it's a trend, because this is what people talk about right now in the world, because it's trending right now, is going to water down the truth. It's going to water down the knowledge that you like. It's going to make it harder to find the knowledge that you need to be successful. Nobody is going to be successful because finding the truth, discerning the truth from what's true from what's wrong is going to be more difficult. So this is why I'm saying, if you are a content creator, stick to what you know when it comes to teaching. If you want to document, it's totally fine. It's totally fine to document, but if you do not have shit to say, do not teach about stuff that you do not know about. And so, as someone that consumes a lot of content from creators, you should be aware of that. Really try to look for, when you listen to someone, are they still selling on Amazon? Because things move fast. Things move super fast on something like Amazon, Things change super fast. And so, yes, you could have sold in the past. You could have made a little bit of money in the past. But it does not mean that you know what you're talking about today. Things are totally different today. For example, I'm taking as an example just ungating. So, a lot of old sellers are saying that to get it, like, you can just get ungated with anything. And which is true when you have an account that's been selling for a long time, that when you have an account that, you've gotten gated in a lot of things. You can get ungated with just anything, just by submitting a blank page of paper. It does not mean that you should do it, by the way, but you could get ungated just by doing this. So you could get ungated in Nike just by ordering stuff from Nike.com. But the truth is that if you are just starting, it's already going to be super hard to get ungated with a real invoice, because they are really going to scrutinize it and are going to find a way to reject it. So if you actually try to get ungated with like receipt or stuff like that, when you are actually starting, or with email confirmation, when you are just starting, it's going to be super hard for you. And so most people, most Amazon content creator that talk about online arbitrage, retail arbitrage, are saying that it's getting easier and easier to get ungated. It's not true for for everybody. And so since they, because it's for them, it's like this for them right now, it's not the same for beginners. So, this is really something that actually pisses me off when I see it. You should really, like, a lot of people talk about business models, and especially with Amazon business models that they've never run successfully. You have online arbitrage people that strictly do online arbitrage, that are actually promoting some softwares for retail arbitrage that are not even the best alternative because they are just trying to expand their market, right? And so, and of course, once again, I'm not going to say names and stuff, but like, you should really, like, to be honest, here's what I'm going to say. When it comes to retail arbitrage, it's super hard to find content that is actually, that actually makes sense because most people, and I'm going to say the truth. Okay, here's the truth. Most people, like retail arbitrage is not a business model that requires a big IQ to run. All right, it's even easier than online arbitrage. And a lot of people are operating their retail arbitrage business in a really not optimized way and doing stuff that does not make sense and that you could be more optimized. I could potentially make content myself about retail arbitrage and teaching about retail arbitrage. I'm not going to do it because I'm not doing retail arbitrage anymore. And so stuff is changing all the time. The best tools, like you need to stay on top of what's going on in your industry. I'm not doing retail arbitrage. I do not plan to do retail arbitrage. I may make some videos on teaching the basics and stuff because I've had some success with retail arbitrage. But to be honest, I'm not doing retail arbitrage anymore. And so I'm never going to make content about retail arbitrage except if I go back into it when I get back to US, but I really doubt I will. And so, as I said, I could make videos on beginner stuff, but like not like a lot of content on it. No. As I said, when it comes to online arbitrage, it's the same thing. You have people talking about online arbitrage that are just booksellers, that are retail arbitrage people, and that, because here's the truth. Online arbitrage, the main thing that is going to be hard for you is doing like finding leads consistently. And most people creating content on online arbitrage are not actually full-time online arbitrage sellers. And so the main issue that you're gonna have to figure out is finding leads consistently. And so if this is what you want to do, you should watch my video called How to Actually Find Profitable Leads for Online Arbitrage. But yeah, the truth gets watered down just because there's so much money to be made, with creating content around this subject, and yeah, and people get greedy, and so you should be aware of that. And also I wanted to add, yes, same thing. You should not make, a lot of people make content about sourcing while they actually have VA sourcing for them. And so they are not really in touch with what it takes right now to actually source every single day consistently. And so, you know, it's a little bit hard to share stuff that you are not doing anymore. So, you know, whenever I actually start delegating sourcing, I will not even talk about sourcing anymore as, you know, the metas and stuff like that, because if I'm not doing it myself, I do not have that much knowledge about it. I should really make content about what's going on right now in my business, so the issues that you're going to have with delegating stuff, delegating sourcing, all the other stuff. But yeah, there's no reason, like, it's a really hard thing to do, you know, when you actually are not doing those stuff. So, to close this video, if you actually try to learn, if you're actually trying to learn about online arbitrage, try to find people that actually are doing online arbitrage right now, that are actually doing what they are trying to teach you. Because to be honest, if you want to learn online arbitrage and you are looking at a huge seller, and you want to learn specifically about sourcing, these guys are not even sourcing anymore. Like, it's like, okay, here's a great example. It's like Elon Musk is selling cars, right? He has Tesla, okay? It's like, if you want to actually learn how to change a tire, and it's a bad example, but like, yeah, if you actually want to learn how to change tire, you know how they do it in the tire shop, right? Changing the tire, putting a new tire, and putting it in the car. It's like you were going to go to ask Elon Musk to learn how to do this. He probably has an idea of how it's done, but like, he's not doing this shit every single day. So it's actually better for you to go to a tire shop that does Tesla, and learn how to actually remove the old tire, put a new tire on the rim, and actually put it back on the car. Yes, Elon Musk is selling a ton of cars. It's making a lot of money selling cars. He probably has no idea how to do this specific step of actually, like, this specific step of the manufacturing process. And it's not even in the manufacturing process, but you pretty much get the idea, right? Or just like, yeah, it's like if you were actually going to Elon Musk to actually learn how to wire a car, to do the wiring inside of a car. He probably has a general idea, but he does not know a lot of shit about it, right? It's the same thing. Probably a VA that is sourcing every single day has more information about sourcing and can give you more stuff about sourcing, can teach you more stuff about sourcing than someone who's running a huge online arbitrage business, because they are probably not sourcing themselves anymore, right? While these guys are actually sourcing every day and it's their actual job. So yeah, you should keep that in mind. Try to actually think about that and really deeply think about that and really wonder if the person that is teaching you the stuff is actually doing this today, is doing what they are saying, because they are maybe just creating content about that stuff. And there's actually one guy, by the way, there's one guy, I forgot his name, on Twitter, who has something like his VA teaching your VAs to source. And I think this is something super smart to do. I forgot his name. I don't know who's this guy is doing it. But like, it actually makes more sense, right? Because he's not necessarily sourcing himself anymore. Someone else is taking care of that. And his main VA is actually teaching other VAs to do this in Filipino. I forgot the guy's name. I saw that on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, by the way. I forgot what my ad is. Whatever. Just look for me on Twitter. And yeah, so that's today's video. I hope it was helpful. If it was, leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, do all that stuff. And yeah, I'll see you tomorrow, guys. Thank you for watching.